You're searching for something. Your keys, your phone, your glasses. You scan the room carefully. You look at the table. You check the desk. You check again. But somehow you still can't find the object. Then suddenly, someone points to it. It was right in front of you the entire time. How can the brain look directly at something and still fail to see it? This strange experience happens more often than people realize, and it reveals something surprising about how human perception works. Because the brain does not actually see everything in front of your eyes. It selects what to notice. To understand this, we need to look at how visual perception works inside the brain. Your eyes capture enormous amounts of visual information every second. Light enters the eye and is converted into electrical signals by the retina. These signals travel to the brain through the optic nerve. Eventually, they reach the visual cortex, located in the back of the brain. This region processes shapes, colors, motion, and spatial relationships. But here's where it gets interesting. The brain cannot fully process every visual detail simultaneously. The visual world contains far more information than the brain can handle at once. So the brain relies on a system called selective attention. Selective attention allows the brain to focus on specific features of the environment while filtering out others. This filtering process helps the brain concentrate on information that is relevant to the current task, and this leads to an unexpected effect. If something does not match the brain's current expectations, it may be ignored, even if it is directly visible. This phenomenon is known as inattentional blindness. Inattentional blindness occurs when attention is strongly focused on one task. Other visual information may fail to reach conscious awareness, but the brain doesn't stop there. Perception is not simply about receiving information from the eyes. It also involves prediction. The brain constantly generates expectations about what it is likely to see. These predictions help the brain process visual scenes quickly and efficiently. But the brain does something even more fascinating. Instead of building perception purely from incoming sensory signals, the brain combines sensory input with internal predictions. If the brain strongly expects something to appear in a certain place, it may focus attention there. Objects that fall outside those expectations may be overlooked. From an evolutionary perspective, this system makes perfect sense. The brain evolved to detect signals that mattered most for survival: movement, threats, food, social cues. By filtering information, the brain could react faster to important changes in the environment. But modern environments sometimes create unusual situations. Objects may be present, but not match the brain's expectations. When this happens, attention systems may temporarily ignore them. Once attention shifts, the object suddenly becomes obvious, and the brain updates its perception. Once you understand this process, something fascinating becomes clear. Vision is not simply about seeing everything, it is about selecting what matters most. Your brain is constantly deciding what deserves attention. By the way, if you're interested in understanding how the brain and body actually work, this channel explores the science behind those systems. Many everyday experiences become easier to understand when we examine the biology behind them. And the limits of human perception are one of the most surprising examples. Your brain is not designed to see everything. It is designed to see what matters. Vera explains the science behind how the human system works. Subscribe if you're curious about the biology of being human.